Parallel reality shifting is the process of detaching from your current state and experiences and transferring your consciousness to a new world of experience. We make this shift to a whole new world via our limitless subconscious mind. There's so much information out there about how to shift reality and tons of new methods being created that cause confusion. So I'm going to go over a few steps here that yield great results and will help you truly master the art of shifting to a parallel reality. I use these steps myself with great success. When we intentionally shift to a parallel reality, we're basically jumping to a new timeline where we can experience favorable outcomes of our choosing. If you believe in parallel realities and/or multiverses, then you know you are only a small shift away from creating a change in your life. The entire contents of time and space and all variations of reality exist now. And you only need to choose the new version of whatever it is that you're manifesting and focus your energy on that until it shows up. We shift realities all of the time, but we don't often realize that we're doing this. So we want to have a clear vision of what that change or version is and what we are manifesting before we alter our conscious experience by tapping into the vastness of our subconscious minds. I often receive the question of how to know exactly what reality you want to experience if you aren't clear. And my answer is to ask yourself what a totally fulfilled life would look like for you. Just asking your mind this question will prompt it to bring up images or sensations that relate to your perfect life. If you want to understand how and why asking your mind questions such as these works exceptionally well to inspire new ideas where intentional manifestation is concerned, I'll leave a link in the video description to another video that I created about this. But for now, just know that your mind is designed in such a way that it enjoys problem solving for you by seeking out solutions to the questions that you hold in your mind. In fact, it does this all day, every day, to find validation for those questions in your physical experience, possibly without you even being aware of it. Your vision for making this parallel reality shift can include many or all aspects of your life in a new way. Or your vision could start a little smaller by honing in on one aspect of life that you would like to manifest differently. The choice is completely yours. With this vision, you are basically setting the intention of the new experience so that you don't become distracted or confused during the actual shifting process. The next step is to prepare your mind and body for this shift. You'll want to relax and calm the mind and body. Getting yourself into the alpha state is a great way to begin this process. The alpha state is easy to achieve, and I have another video explaining this. I'll leave a link in the video description here if you'd like to learn a step-by-step process to do this. But basically, you're just calming your mind and body so that you can connect with the inner parts of you that are unlimited. When you're relaxed, you're not thinking about whether you can actually manifest this new reality or not. You're tapping into the parts of you that are completely limitless and free from these types of mental constraints. When you're feeling relaxed, it's time to create some identity-shifting affirmations. These affirmations will match the vision that you've created. For example, if you're creating a healthy body, you might affirm things such as this: I am now the version of me who is completely healthy. I am now using my mind to change my body. I have literally reversed my age. I have shifted into the person who has perfect health. I personally prefer to keep the affirmations to 3 or 4 so that they're easier to navigate while in this relaxed state. I am currently producing some parallel reality identity shifting affirmations that you may find helpful to use with this process. Those are going to go out next week, so if you're interested in those, please be sure to check back in on the channel. And I'll also place a link to those affirmations in the description of this video once they've been released. Repeat these affirmations over and over again until you receive an internal nudge that something has shifted. Once you receive this intuitive notion, you'll begin to notice physical shifts in your body. Here's some of the types of physical shifts that people report after this part of the process: a sensation of floating, tingling in an area of the body, twitching, feeling euphoric, a change in heart rhythm, sweating, and even itchy skin or scalp. These types of physical shifts are often subtle, so use your mind to tune into your body as you work with this step of the process. Once you have become completely relaxed, have stated your affirmations, and have noticed a shift in your body, even if it's something subtle, it's time to incorporate your vision. Create a detailed, sensory-rich visualization of this new you in this new reality. It's best to do this from the first-person point of view if you're able to. feeling yourself in this scene and looking through your own eyes as you experience it. Invest all of your consciousness and feeling states into this scene and live it out thoroughly in your mind. If you have difficulty with seeing images in your mind, just allow your body to feel the sensations of this while thinking of it. From here, it's likely that you'll move down into the theta state, especially if you are using a meditation or meditation music to do this process. Alpha waves are perfect for visualization, creativity, and affirmations. Theta brain waves are a bit slower and assist in tapping into our intuition and the deeper recesses of our minds. In theta, you're either asleep or very close to sleep, where the subconscious mind can be accessed and utilized for parallel reality shifting. However, each person is different, and you may find that the alpha state, where you're a little more alert, works best for you. I personally enjoy beginning my meditative processes by intentionally getting into the alpha state while listening to a guided meditation that I know I can fall asleep to, or that I know will put me into the theta state, because I know how well this works to impress the subconscious mind. My quantum jumping hypnosis meditation is great for this as it's combined with a theta wave track, and once again I'll leave a link to that video in the description if you want to try it out. If you are still alert and have not fallen asleep, the next step is to instruct your mind and body that it's now time to open your eyes to a whole new reality. This is after you've completed your visualization process. You can also set this intention at the beginning of this process if you're intending to go into a deep sleep by telling yourself that when you wake up, you'll be in the new reality. For some, a little doubt creeps in at this stage of the process, and they may feel hesitant to see if a shift has taken place. It's a great idea to remember at this point that a parallel reality shift doesn't mean that everything around you has completely changed. Reality shifts can, and often are, very subtle, although some people experience complete shifts in their total reality. To prompt your mind for opening your eyes to your new reality, an affirmation is a great way to impress the subconscious mind further that you are in this new reality now. Here's what I use when I'm still alert during this process. I am opening my eyes to a whole new reality. I have shifted into a new experience. I have merged with this version of reality. In this reality, I always receive the best possible outcomes in all things and in all ways. I expect and believe that the evidence of this presents itself to me, and it does. If I'm intending to fall asleep with my shifting process, I will say the affirmation at the beginning of this process by stating, "When I wake up," at the beginning of the first 3 sentences in this affirmation. Then just allow your eyes to open when they're ready, without forcing it. With the affirmation, by stating "in this reality," you are giving a cue to your subconscious mind, where all possibilities are available, that you have shifted to an entirely new experience. It states a naturalness to the new state of being. And by stating, "I expect to see the evidence of this," your subconscious mind will go to work to validate this for you. If you feel as though you were unsuccessful in your attempts, remember to watch out for the evidence that this shift has taken place in the days ahead. And remember that this evidence may be subtle, such as your neighbor's car being a lighter shade of green than you remembered it, or your coworker being much nicer to you than they were before. Once you see one bit of evidence, you can be sure that more will present itself to you, so keep looking for it. You're becoming aware of a reality that already is. You're becoming aware of what already exists in your mind as an option to be experienced. You merge with it. And with practice of this technique, you will begin to see bigger and bigger proof that you have indeed shifted to a parallel reality. The only reason that some people do not believe in parallel reality shifting is because they've been programmed to believe that reality is fixed, and they have not awakened to the point of experimenting with their consciousness in ways that prove to themselves that physical reality is in fact malleable. But if you're here and you've watched this video this far, then you probably already know that what you focus on determines what you get to experience. Everything you need to do this is within you, because you are connected to a vast storehouse of unlimited possibilities within your mind. With this process, you're developing your ability to shift your thoughts from the great depths of your mind into a reality that presents itself before your eyes. If you're experienced with this and have proof to offer others, please share it in the comments so that we can collectively change some outdated belief systems and open up the power of new possibilities for all who are here.